Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this is my Sunday chat. Welcome to my little chance to catch up with you and bring you up to speed with what's been going on in the last week and things that are happening in the future. Now, this goes out on Sunday, the 11th of April, but I know because of time differences, some people get this on the Saturday and some people get it on a different day. I don't know when. But anyway, this is my Sunday chat, and you're very welcome. Lots going on at the moment, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't spread myself too thinly. So I will rattle through the various notes that I've got here. First of all, let me tell you, I was chatting to my son Billy, who has, as you may know, recently vacated the top room in my 2 up, 2 down house, the master bedroom, with his girlfriend, well, fiancée, and they've now moved out their furniture pretty much. And the new studio space that I want to put this studio and some new space that I want to make fresh little mini sets all in this one studio is pretty much vacant now. There's a bit of a dump run that I've got to do and a bit of tidying up and what have you. And I'll probably make a little video about the ideas that I've got and share that with you if you're interested. At some point, I have got to take the plunge and move what is in the back room of my 2 up, 2 down house upstairs and try and work out how to redo this in a much more ergonomic fashion. Now, I'm going to switch to my webcam here, which is a secondary camera, and show you, some of you may not realise, the actual mess that I've got in here. So if I switch to my webcam, this is now looking at my desk here. And this is what I'm actually looking at as I record this. This is my camera. It's my old corporate camera that I used to use, actually. I'm just trying to do this very smoothly. You can see that there's a television in front of me. And if I bring this down, you'll see here's the computer that I'm recording onto. Oh, there's me on this rather shaky camera. Apologies about that. We've got the mixing desks. There's a couple of those. And then the set behind me, which if I show that behind you, you'll see what an absolute mess the place is whilst I've been getting everything ready. Oops, sorry, hang on. I've got to find... No, that's the wrong one. There we go. I'm using a special piece of software in order to record all this, and it's called Stream Deck. It's very good. Now, if I remember to get this right, I can show you... No, I can't. Hang on a minute. Where is it? It's always the same. There it is. So there's the Steam Deck, and it's by punching in the right buttons that I should... There we go. Get back to the main camera. So there you are. You've seen a little inside. Now, I do the Sunday chat all in one take because it's so much easier. And so I won't edit out all those things because I'm doing it in a different way than I do with my other videos. But it's too technical to explain it. Some people can work it out and some people it doesn't really matter if you can't. So that's good. Anyway, the main point is the studio space is clear and I will be fairly soon shunting it up there. But there's so many things going on. I've got my van I'm trying to get ready. We've got the restrictions lifted so one can actually go and tour around and stay. And I want to make the videos. And so there's so much going on. And as I say, it's trying to prioritize each different element and still get everything going, which is why sometimes I don't appear to have enough time to do everything. We'll come on to that. This week, I was very lucky because a company had reached out to me and said that we do this, which is... now, I know I'm going to get their name pronounced wrong. I'm crap with that sort of thing, but it's a Zion. I don't know if it's Zion or whatever, Zoon or something. Gimbal, the Smooth X. Now, I made a video yesterday and it went out on Friday. No, it went out on Saturday because this is the Sunday show. I'm actually recording this on Sunday, so I'm often getting myself into a muddle. And I tried it out. Now, I'm not very good at these product reviews, as you will have noticed, because I just want to use the stuff. I don't make videos really about products. Obviously, it's heritage, landscape and nature on the whole, and then a bit sort of behind the scenes of my life and that sort of thing. But I just wanted to show you this little device. I will make a proper video about it when I'm a bit more au fait with it. It comes in this little nice little thing. They haven't paid me, by the way. They just said, if we send it, will you review it? And I said, yeah, of course, I'll give it a whirl, because it might be useful, you see. And I'm thinking it might be handy to do maybe some Sunday chats and some vlogging in a sort of behind the scenes fashion. It's a funny little thing, and I've got to get this right, because I feel like it would be easy to break. That's the only thing about it. So what you do, and I'm just manhandling this in a very strange way, this is the gadget which has this telescopic feature, which is quite nice. And you put the camera on here, which when I say camera, I mean it's a phone. Now, as you know, if you watch the video, I don't really use my phone as a camera. I have different gear. So I made my video and I was thinking, I don't know how this works. I don't use the phone in that sort of way. I might just, little vlogging thing where I'm holding it up. Anyway, that's how it works. I won't switch it on, because one of the issues I found is every time I balance this, it turns the phone on, and then I'll get a whole load of messages. And actually the phone I'm using is the phone that I use in the studio for the Vobes show, for those of you who watch that. It also comes with a little tripod, which is quite handy, so you can stand it up. Anyway, I will show you that all, how it works, when I'm a bit more confident with it. But I just wanted to go out and show. So sometimes when people send me stuff, I just really want to give the impression that it's arrived, and I'm going to use it like anybody else and have my first impression, rather than perhaps like so many of the other people who do this for a living, who have fathomed it all out, filmed it from every angle and made it look amazingly sexy. I want to show the everyman where it's going, how the hell does this actually work? But I rarely get stuff, and it's very nice that people had reached out to me. So that was really what that was. As you would have seen, I did another van update. Now, I know some people are saying, well, I just want to watch heritage, landscape and nature. I don't want to see the modus operandi. But I know that a lot of people do enjoy seeing how things are put together. And as you would have seen, my lash up in the van is a bit Heath Robinson. It's a bit basic, because I don't want to make any expensive mistakes at this stage. And as I've said in the videos, I'm going to probably do this for this year, tour around in small little testing motions, which sounds a bit weird, at some campsites, at some discreet parking and what have you, and see how we go. The whole last year and earlier this year has been a bit mad with all the restrictions, and we don't quite know what the government's going to do at any one time. So I just don't want to go bonkers with everything. And as you will appreciate, there's a lot going on as it is. The other thing that I've been thinking about particularly, and I haven't really managed to get on top of this because of the restrictions and lockdowns and not being able to travel very far, is to, again, reinforce my quest for England. You will have seen that I put this on, perhaps on the thumbnails and sometimes in the titles, because I'm very much aware that in recent times there's been a faction of society that is pretty down on this country and seem to be belittling it. And also there seems to be a lot of rewriting of our history to fit in with the current narrative, with this more progressive modern narrative. And I don't understand that. And I want to try and counter that by looking at history and going through some of the basic events, which probably will happen in my studio. I want to read a bit more about it and show reasons why we are and we should be proud of this country and what is so good about England. Now, I know some people watching this may be horrified, because you may be one of those people who, for some reason, and I don't quite understand it, seem to think that England is a dreadful place. And I don't understand why. Because I'm incredibly proud of it, and I think we've done some amazing things, and perhaps that's more reason that we should be shouting out those achievements and those things that we've done, and things that are quintessentially English. And of course that goes into pretty much the travelling that we're doing, or I'm aiming to do, where I start to look at the landscape, the heritage and the nature of some of these places and bring it to you. So I make no apology for wanting to look at the best side of England. So there'll be more of that. Sussex Border Walks, as you will have noticed, have restarted, which is fantastic. But because I'm so busy and I have this remit that I want to make a video a day, at the moment that just suits me, although sometimes it is stressful trying to come up with something each day, that I don't have enough time really to spend time doing lots of research. And I don't want to be, and I say this many times, I don't want to come across as a historian. I'm not. I've not studied it, didn't go to university. I don't have any degrees. I want to explore it as I go. So you may find that how I do the Sussex Border Walk changes a little bit, but I'll experiment. I want to get round it. That's the thing. I want to get round it. And I'm finding that when I have to then go, oh, golly, I need to spend a few hours actually plotting and working out, and I don't want to miss anything because people get upset, oh, Richard, you just walked past a blue plaque, or you didn't mention this, or why didn't you mention such and such? And you just think, I don't want to have that stress. I just want to walk the path and see what there is and show it to you in the most entertaining way I can. And if I miss out some of the history, well, I'm very sorry. I just am finding myself rather busy, as you can imagine. Live talk. I haven't forgotten the live cooking shows. In the Vobes show, I think that we would do some live cooking shows where we take traditional recipes and possibly something else and have a guest in. I know that there's a number of people who've come forward, and I will be doing them. It's just I've got to get the studio stuff fixed up first, and then put some cameras and lights in the kitchen and work out how I'm going to stream it all, and then obviously promote it and let people know. But that's probably going to come in later in the year. And I suspect probably after the summer, probably in the autumn, going into winter, thinking about it, cooking on the Essie in the kitchen when it's a bit colder. Now that we're getting into warmer, longer days, I think the travelling is going to be the main thing, and making many more of those outdoor shows as we can. The other thing I haven't forgotten is the Peep Show, and this is the story in which Walter Wilkinson, 100 years ago, went around Sussex with this Punch and Judy show, and Andrew Norris has produced some puppets for it. A lovely lady called Amanda has produced a lovely wood etching, or a lino etching, I forget which it is, and I need to build a booth and get the costumes made and do a little reenactment. But because of all these restrictions, again, this year is just sort of, we don't know whether I can get Andrew Norris over from Croatia, where he lives, whether there's quarantine, whether there's this third wave. There's so many things that are making this project just become something that you can't plan for. So that does seem to be the situation with that. So I haven't forgotten it. It's just sometimes it may be that we end up doing it later in the year rather than 100 years in the spring because of just, problems and things. So I think we've just got to see what the government, how they are going to continue to pull the rug from underneath us, and what is their next ploy in shutting things down if they do, or whether they do relax, and let's hope they do. So with all of that, I think it's a bit of a game of Tetris, where I've just got to try and fit in with everything that one is legally allowed to do and make the content as I can. So there you go, a kind of very dishevelled update this week, but I hope you got something out of it. Stuff to look forward to. Yes, I'm very busy, and I'm just trying to make all this different content for you as best I can. I love doing it, and but sometimes I get a bit disheartened because I'm trying so hard to make it all good, and then somebody will not like it, put a comment, say they not like it, and then I feel so terribly responsible that I haven't kept everybody entertained. But I know at the end of the day, you can't please all the people all of the time. So if I can please some of the people some of the time, then that's great. And those that don't like it, well, there's plenty of other YouTube channels to go and see. I'm still trying to find my feet, and I've got another year of trying to keep content going out every day, because I made a promise to myself I would do this for 5 years, make content every day for 5 years, and then after that I would work out if I was going to continue, and if wanted to make changes about perhaps doing longer formats or maybe reduce the amount of quantity that I do. It does depend how my subscriptions go. We're nearly at 20,000 subscriptions, so we're about 18 and a half. But I just got to see whether this is all feasible. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the Sunday if you're watching this on Sunday, and I will see you out and about. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe if you enjoy everything. Become a patron. Support what we do. Go to baldexplorer.com. You can make a small donation there if you want, or a large one. There's absolutely no restrictions, of course. And check out the shop and the merchandise. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Look after yourselves. Thank you for coming and watching today. And I will catch up with you next time. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.